I was born in the Ottawa Valley, and from Northland County I hail, on a little old farm up the Queen's Line, heart of the old Champlain Trail. Now they called it the Garden of Eden. It's the greenest you'll ever come across. God gave us all the things we needed. Our beautiful township called Ross. Oh, Ross Township, beauty and friendship, knowing this fair land to all. Their road, beauty, West Ranking and Gillies, beautiful foresters' falls. From the hills to the highlands of Scotland, sturdy Ross Highlanders came, settled here in the year 1830, give our good township its name. They produced Renner County first warden, John Rankin, the man who threw it twine, and today we're proud of our progress, and Healy's might be still mine. Oh, Ross Township, beauty and friendship, knowing this
I have a certificate of congratulations to the Jamieson family and the Black Donald Hunt Camp in celebration of 98 years of good times and bagging bucks. As your member of Provincial Parliament, I'm delighted to extend congratulations on this momentous occasion. Hunt camps in our area are part of our heritage and in many cases a family legacy. As one of the founding members of this hunt camp, your family and others have enjoyed and maintained the customs and camaraderie of the fall hunt. May this tradition and experience be enjoyed for many generations to come. And I see that it is being enjoyed when I see the young folks here too, so congratulations. Woo! And I also have, for the special guest in orange here, certificate of congratulations presented to Guy Jamieson on the occasion of your 78th birthday. As you celebrate this significant milestone at your favorite hunt camp, it's my sincere pleasure to add my best wishes for a wonderful day. Guy, you have given so much to the Valley folk over many decades by sharing the gift of your musical talents and buttery voice. Your commitment to preserving the songs and legacy of Mac Beattie is something we have all appreciated. Have a very happy birthday. Signed by myself. Congratulations.
Hey!
Phil, you can come right out here on the step. What's that? Okay? Come out to the right.
I'll put this in front of you here.
Isn't that a cake? Not a goddamn bit of blue icing on that
No,
cake.
it's not.
What?
The hunting theme, the orange.
Yeah, it's a hunting thing, yeah. 87.
There you go.
Anybody ever get lost?
You were.
Well, Earl Lindsay, I would recognize him.
That's, yeah, sure. There's Earl. Blair Dawson. That's out in front of the old camp, of course.
Yes, he used to. He's good friends with Blake McHenry.
Yeah.
Larry's son.
He doesn't anymore?
I haven't seen him
Boy.
in years.
Yeah. Frank Dench was in here, the agricultural rep.
Yeah.
And that's the old camp. Here's how they came in.
Yeah.
Mershaws.
Wow.
Does that say John Mershaw?
John M.
John M. John Mershaw. Yeah.
Oh, this somebody did an aerial, eh?
Yeah. Don Aikenhead. That's
Okay,
without
yeah.
Aikenhead Drugstore in
Yeah.
Renfrew.
Yeah.
And this is where it starts. So here's your first year they recorded it in 1931.
Wow.
But lots of rentals.
Isn't it
Lots of
amazing?
rentals.
And it talks about semi-automatics were introduced. It talks about the ministry allowed the dogs, they didn't allow the dogs. World War II is in here.
Pardon?
Can I get a picture? Yeah.
He did carpentry.
Oh, I know.
The plates are over there, right beside the barn.
We ended it down last night.
They're either complaining about it or they say it's a great day, right? You know, and today's a great, beautiful day. Heavy frost, and you know you're gonna have a nice day. And one day.
We don't want to.
Six in it when I
It's all
leave.
Tamarack? Yep, of course.
Good to see you. Good to see you. I know you're in there. Hi, how are you? My God, he's got his own, got his personalized vest.
Yeah, yeah. They have to have it.
No, it's out of a sawmill. It's on PLVL.com. 16 or 18 inch hydros.
And everybody all week. Great idea. We'll get that. And the amazing wings, the smoked salmon, the smoked trout is Trevor Smith from the suburbs of Haley Station. I would like to say, since we're all wearing the poppies here, and of course everybody at home wearing the poppies, Trevor is retired Canadian Armed Forces. And
Thing we noticed when we came in, you guys put a plate of food under our nose and it was delicious. What's been on the menu here and how well do you guys eat up here at the camp?
We eat pretty good. We do a grocery order just that covers all the staples, but then every guy brings in a dish for each night. We buy the groceries, we buy the lunch meat. So we've had chilies, stews, chicken, steaks. God, we've had everything.
And we're also celebrating a special birthday.
We do. We have a big birthday here, and the big lad in charge of everything here, Mr. Guy Jamieson, has a birthday today, and we're super excited to be here.
But yes, there's deer hanging back there right now. Some lovely does.
The deer are hanging back there, so give yourselves a big hand for getting those deer, boys.
And we decided it's time to erect a new camp. And so we pulled together and we built this camp in 2 weekends.
And how big is it?
30 by 34, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Well, yeah, and how long did it take you? You just whipped her up pretty good, eh? And,
we did it in 2 weekends.
you know that-
All the camp members all pulled together, and yeah, we did it in the last weekend. We pulled together. We got it. Alan wired it, and we got everything rolling. And the next weekend was opening weekend.
Wow.
So we did it in 2 weekends.
But you know what,
Yep.
Jason? You know what? They're not about to destroy any history here because I understand that the old camp right next door is being preserved, Rob.
Yes, yes, we're gonna have it ready for the 100th. I mean, you can't. You've got the history of the Lindsays, Aikenheads, Elliots from Renfrew, and the names are still up on the boards of where they used to sleep. And of course, following the Bible, the Hunt Camp book, you see when the addition was added on in '52 and how the tar blew off the stove when they forgot to leave it on there too long, and it was still up on the ceiling. So. We're going to keep that, but we got the pleasure and luxury of this one now, thanks to Jesse and Alan and Blake and everybody else who contributed here.
This one's for you, Guy.
Arthur, piano, on the piano.
Yeah? Well, you've done more to preserve this legacy than anybody in this valley.
Love your stories. That was
No. I mean, I picked it up on you. I really did. I mean,
Yeah.
when I started going places and bumping into you, every time Guy Jamieson got up and would do a Mac Beatty song, the crowd, the reaction was just, I said, holy shit, he's onto something. I better copy him.
Can you see? Sure.
I know where
Let's start again. Go on.
I know where the tall timbers go, where the Ottawa River goes swiftly on. In the spring, if you go where the headwaters flow, you will hear this old log driver.
All right, now here we go. Yo, hip, hip, ho,
keep the logs on the go, keep 'em rolling and twisting and send the spray high. Yo, hip, hip, ho, to the runners below, where the Ottawa River flows by.
hey,
The fall of the year, they pack up their gear, work a lunge and they swim, and all camps along. In rain or in shine, or the fall go white high, and sing this old log driver's song.
here we go.
Yo, hip, hip, ho, keep the logs on the go, keep 'em rolling and timber did fall. The spring of the year, when the big time is here, you can hear this old log driver's call. Yo, hip, hip, ho, keep the logs on the go. Keep 'em rolling and twisting and send the spray high. Yo, hip, hip, ho, to the rapids below, where the Ottawa River flows by. It's a mighty long toll from the Swishahoe by Pembroke and Chapeau down to Campbell's Bay. On the road has you folk where they stop for a pour and tune up the fiddles to blare. Everybody! Yo, hip, hip, ho! Keep the logs on the go. Keep 'em rolling and twisting and send the spray high. Yo, hip, hip, ho! To the rapids below, where the Ottawa River flows by.
How's that? How's that?
Come on, the boys won't leave, the girls are low, the baby Harry and the show me go, but that's alright till I come home. He's handsome, she's pretty, she's the belle bit fussy. She's a garden, 1, 2, 3, please won't you tell me?
Here we go!
Hey! Tell me more when I get home, the boys won't leave, the girls are low, the baby Harry and the show me go, but that's alright till I come home. He's handsome, she's pretty, she's the belle bit fussy. She's a garden, 1, 2, 3. Please won't you tell me who is she? Albert Mooney says she loves her. All the boys are fighting for her. Knock on the door when they ring their bell, saying, "Oh, me true love, are you well?" Up she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Oh, Jenny Murphy says she'll die. She doesn't get the fellow with the Robin's hat. Tell me more when I come home. The boys won't leave, the girls alone. They pull me hair and they throw me gum, but that's alright till I come home. He's handsome, she's pretty, she's the belle bit fussy. She's a garden, 1, 2, 3. Please won't you tell me who is she? With the wind and the rain and the head blow high and the snow come tumbling from the sky. She's as nice as apple pie and sugar on that by and by. When she gets a lot around, she won't tell her ma till she come round. But the ma come as they will, for our Mooney she loves to. Tell me more when I come home. The boys don't leave, the girls alone. They pull my hair and they strike me gum, but that's alright till I come home. He's handsome, she's pretty, she's the belle bit fussy. She's the garden, 1, 2, 3. Please won't you tell me who is she?
Hey! Daryl's gonna start us so we can get going.
Ready, Johnny?
Yes, sir.
Oh, the girls are at the bingo and the boys are getting sicko. The glass of the table and the ice cream and the winkle, going over a bingo. With Irish Jim O'Donnell, there was Sally Scott McDonald. There's Tommy French and him against the back of the hour. Happy Jim, ready and the girls again. And when he was out to the gypsy other Saturday night.
hunting going on here.
We got a doe and her children. So we'll take that in and we'll get it done up by, I think, a butcher in Eganville. It's a really good year for acorns, and where there's acorns, there's the deer concentrate.
As soon as I hit that spine ridge, it was Vietnam all over again. And I hid behind another pine tree because Caden and Little Blake lit up on top of the spine ridge. And the deer has shell shock. Did they ever have fun shooting? Yeah. They had fun.
I went right underneath them.
So here we are at the original camp that we're going to preserve, and we're just in transition as we move stuff out. We use it a bit for storage right now, but this is the camp of over 98 years this year, where all the generations have come through. And Dad, you were just pointing out the great big gun rack that's up above the door.
I walked through that door, put the rifles up.
And you had to bend your head down to get into the...
That's for sure.
The door was never adjusted.
And there was an old stove sitting here.
Yeah.
That's the one we kept going. It went through, up, and across, right out the middle there.
And we're looking at the original part would have been, let's just go back in there, Dad, towards the back. So this would be some of the names that are here. Dougald, my grandfather. There's Dad's brother, Uncle Dazer. This is where they would have slept. Those names there. Clarence and Blair. Clarence was over there.
Clarence and Bob.
Bob Elliott.
Yeah.
Blair Dawson. And they built this, though, if you can see up there, Jim, Jamieson Tower 1988. So this was an extension out the back. So you can picture the first camp was this part here where the table is. And Uncle Dazer led the charge on building this extension in the tower, as it was called. And in the book, and Dad used to sleep over here, in this extension that was in the 50s, where they added on to the edge of the cabin, and to build the kitchen, and then also here for sleeping.
Yeah.
And you can see a bunk is in there. We're using it now to store flooring that we're going to redo the floors and whatnot.
The big table that we built. And right along here where this top table is. It's about a dozen chairs around it. This old kitchen stove here sat right here. And all the food went out there on the counter space. Since that time, of course, we moved over. We had a propane stove here then.
One of those years, 54, and Nad Lindsay put a whole can of roof tar pitch on the stove to warm up, to make it easier to apply. And they went outside, got drinking, forgot about it, and they heard an explosion inside, and right behind you can still see where it exploded, and it went all the way up through here and onto the rafters. And so it's all recorded in the history of the camp. Little things like that you just know people were here and the generations before you.
And how old is the camp this year?
So 98.
So 98 for the camp, 78 for Guy,
Yeah.
and 98.7 here. Look at that. It's all meant to be, right?
So we're going to get on down the road, Rob and Guy, but thank you so much for the invitation, and we will see you again down the road, okay?
Thank you.
Hey!